Hi, it's your coach, Joe Lucas. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to the 30th of October. And yes, I am back. All last week, through the weekend actually, including yesterday, Sunday, I have been shooting video for our new Magellan strategic planning process. Here's kind of what the book looks like, by the way. And you know, what I want to share with you today, it's been very fascinating this last week for me because I put myself in a certain mode, right? You go knee deep, into things. And it really reminded me of what truly is important to be successful in our business, right? And I think a lot of times we get caught up with just the noise around us and we forget about really the core things. So what are the core things? We always have to remember that the business is a reflection of who we are. Our business, right? So your practice, right? Whether you're a soloist working out of your home in a lifestyle practice, or you run a team of 20 and have 2 billion under management, right? It's still a reflection of who you are or who you believe you are. Probably a better way of saying it, right? And so my point is that I think as an industry, in fact, most human beings don't spend enough time really asking the important questions, which are, who am I? Where am I good? Where am I not good? Right? So where do I need to improve? Right? What do I believe? What do I believe around success? What do I believe around failure? Right? What do I believe around scarcity, abundance? Right? What do I believe about the opportunities over the next 5-10 years? Right? Because how you answer those questions to yourself determine kind of what you're going to execute. Right? Your focus. So for example, if you in your gut feel that business is hard, it's getting harder, it's getting more complex, there are more rules, more regulations, things like that, you could tell yourself all day long, hey, I'm going to go and be wildly successful, and I'm going to break out, and I'm going to do all these great things. The reality is you won't, because your brain goes, why? It's so hard. Why can't we just stay comfortable in kind of what we're doing? Even though you may not be reaching the economic success you want, you're comfortable because the devil right? You know your world. This, maybe not economically abundant world, but you know it. So you struggle a little bit. It becomes your friend, right? And that's scary. Now, if you believe, like I believe, the next 5 or 10 years are going to be a renaissance, almost like the joyous time. And here's why. We're going to have all our baby boomers retiring. We're going to have, half of our advisors, if not more, retiring, right, as they age out. Look at the demographics. We all know that. Who's going to do the work? Who's going to help those people? And I know, don't sit there and say to me, oh, the robos are coming, stuff like that. Hey, look, that's going to be a very, very defined niche. Then I think that's going to be primarily driven by younger people, the millennials, which are not going to get the money for another 30, 40 years, right? So we'll worry about that later, right? But right now, we're going to be entering a time here where there's just going to be abundant opportunity, literally, to create anything you want to create. However, if your mindset is it's going to be hard, it's going to be a challenge, why bother? I'd rather stay comfortable, and you're not willing to get outside your comfort zone, trust me, those are nice ideas. You'll never execute it because you're not focused on it. So that's what I'm bringing in after I spent literally like 7 days almost, right? Just shooting video. Probably shot 13, 14 hours of video, right, over the last 7 days. It's very clear to me that, what you believe about the next 5 or 10 years, what you believe about today, what you believe about tomorrow matters most. So I'm going to ask yourself, I want you to ask yourself that question. Hey, what do I believe? Do I believe it's going to be easier, there'll be more opportunities? Do you believe there'll be less opportunities? Do you believe it'll be harder? It'll be different. It'll absolutely be different. No question. It's different today than it was 2 years ago, right? Or even last year. So evolution is always going to happen. The question is, how do you take advantage of it? See, the question I always ask myself is, hey, where are we headed? I've got clients that ask me, hey, Joe, where are we 5, even 10 years down the road, right? I mean, my whole Magellan group is all about kind of thinking, hey, what do we need to look like? What do we need to be doing? What do we need to be executing, 10 years down the road? And, 10 years ago, we were talking about financial coaching. We were talking about lifestyle. All the buzzwords you hear now, we were talking about that a decade ago. So my point is make a decision. Either decide that, going forward, there'll be abundant opportunities. It'll be different. I'll have to evolve, right? I'll have to get uncomfortable, take advantage of them. or you're going to believe that's going to be harder and you're just going to hang out, or your goal is going to be just to keep what you got, right? If your goal is keep what you got, I can't help you. Nobody can. You know why? Because you don't want to help yourself. So give that some thought today on this Monday, and I'll see you again tomorrow.